Okay. Pro- Um, I'm bringing this story out because of the backlash that Trump is getting on how he's handling Puerto Rico after the hurricane. Now, I know I had a Hispanic guy come and get all upset talking about Trump already gave them a bunch of money and all this stuff. And another person said this was all satire. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is real. Go look at all of the news articles that are out from different outlets all over, uh, domestic and international. I saw CNN, I saw MSNBC, um, RT News. So it's a lot of them that are putting out how poorly Trump has responded to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Irma and Maria. So no, this ain't no satire. This is real, y'all. And it fits with the character of Donald Trump. So I pulled up this article because I want you to see what another caucasoid is saying about Donald Trump when it comes down to Puerto Rico. So this is Seth Meyer blasts shitty landlord Trump's Puerto Rico response. So he's under a lot of heavy backlash because Trump has put his fight with the NFL over Puerto Rico. All right, so this is Seth Meyers. This is an article that came out in the Daily Beast on September 26, 2017. Late Monday, Trump fired off a series of tweets addressing the devastation wreaked by Hurricane Maria on Puerto Rico, where much of the island, 3.4 million people, is without food, water, and essential supplies. And remember, they have no electricity. What's out there is total devastation, total annihilation, people literally gasping for air. Personally, I have taken out and put them in ambulances because their generator has run out. San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulin Cruz told ABC News. Unfortunately, the president took it upon himself to blame Puerto Rico, an unincorporated territory of the United States, by the way, for their current state, pointing to infrastructure problems and the billions of dollars owed to Wall Street. So Trump talked about the debt Puerto Rico owed before talking about helping them. So he's pretty much putting the blame on Puerto Rico for their situation instead of helping these people. Here's his tweets. Texas and Florida are doing great, but Puerto Rico, which was already suffering from broken infrastructure and massive debt, is in deep trouble. And here's his next tweet. The old electrical grid, which was in terrible shape, was devastated. Much of the island was destroyed with billions of dollars. Here's his third tweet. Owed to Wall Street and the banks, which sadly must be dealt with. Food, water, and medical are top priorities and doing well. So the water and food has not reached Puerto Rico yet. It's in the process of getting there. Okay. So, no, he did not give them millions of dollars and all that stuff yet. Trump is complaining about the debt that they owe. Prior to the late night Twitter storm, Trump had not addressed the dire situation in Puerto Rico since Saturday, though he had fired off 15 tweets during the time against NFL players choosing to exercise their First Amendment rights and kneeling during the national anthem to protest systematic racism and police brutality against African Americans. So he sent out a total of 5 tweets about Puerto Rico and then blaming Puerto Rico and complaining about their debt. But he sent off 15 tweets fighting back and forth with NFL players. This is why he's coming under a lot of fire over Puerto Rico. And quite frankly, the Hispanic man that sent me the message yesterday, you need to get your priorities straight. This man ain't with you. Okay. On Tuesday night edition of Late Night with host Seth Meyer criticized Trump for tweeting about Puerto Rico's debt while the country, again, part of the U.S., is suffering a humanitarian crisis. All right, and here's a video. Let me go ahead and play this video.
Puerto Rico is in the midst of an epic humanitarian crisis after being struck by Hurricane Maria. Most of the island is without electricity or clean drinking water. People are desperate and terrified, and the situation is only going to get worse in the coming days and weeks. So naturally, President Trump tweeted last night that Puerto Rico has an old electrical grid, which was in terrible shape, and that they owe money to Wall Street and the banks, which sadly must be dealt with. Which brings us to a segment we call, Hey! Hey! Don't go after Puerto Rico for their financial problems now. Victims of tragedy aren't looking for real talk. You don't start a eulogy by saying, well, the guy never exercised. And hey, weren't you the guy who was going to put Americans before Wall Street? You couldn't even do that in a tweet. People don't have clean drinking water, and your first instinct is to tell them they owe money. What are you, some kind of landlord? Oh, right. You were a landlord. Hey, thank God. Thank God you didn't go to Vietnam. I can see it now. Trump, I'm hit. Get the medic. You still owe me $20. And hey, it took you a full week before you even sent someone to check out the situation. For a guy with such a crooked little boner for first responders, you sure are the last responder. You're like the guy who says he'll help his friend move and then just shows up at the end for pizza. And hey, Puerto Ricans are Americans. They use American currency and carry American passports. There's an Applebee's in San Juan, and Americans in San Juan go there to get disappointed by American food. You wanted to make America great again, so I'll say it again. Puerto Rico is America. They're included in the whole Make America Great Again thing. So let's be honest, some Puerto Ricans are already as great as it gets. This has been Hay.
Okay, so you saw what he spoke about. Okay, so you saw what he spoke about. He also reminded Trump that Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. This ain't satire, y'all. Nobody is making this up about Trump. You saw the tweets right here on the screen. Instead of talking about and putting the priority on helping the Puerto Ricans, he pointing at them, blaming for them for their situation, and pointing out their debt. Wake the hell up. If you don't look like Trump and you don't sound like Trump, Trump don't like you. Plain and simple. He don't like you. You know, it amazes me. I had a Hispanic man get all upset talking about Trump poured all this money in Puerto Rico. He's doing all this help. I'm a liar. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. The stories are out there. Please don't come back with the satire stuff because we know what Trump's track record is already like. Why is anybody shocked about his slow response to Puerto Rico? Now, we know it's U.S. territory. Why is he so slow to respond to them and they're part of the U.S.? Because those people don't look like him. He's not that deeply concerned. He didn't even go down there to see what their condition is like. This is why the governor after waiting and waiting and waiting for Trump to respond, had to send him an email telling Trump about the condition that Puerto Rico was in. And you see the mayor said the mayor had to get out there and help people in ambulances. What more proof do you need? No, no, no. This ain't no satire or fake story. This is real about Trump. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And if you can donate to my channel, please do. Peace, family.